what I do with a minute or two, how I raise my stakes a little higher. Who I love when the sun goes down, how I hope to wake inspired. Someday I will turn my gaze to a tunnel of light. Until that time when I am swept away really happy to be in Portland this weekend. I do visit Portland now and then because my daughter lives here and she's here tonight, and my daughter and son-in-law, but it's hard for me to mix family and work, so usually I blow through town, I visit my family, and I don't play anywhere because I thought I need to change that actually, because I love to play up here. I've played at Winter Folk, and I've played on Tom May's River City Folk program a couple of times. So I love old songs. That's how I got into this mess. So I love old songs, and I really have been collecting old songs, traditional songs that are based on women's stories. But I've cut out of my repertoire all the ones where they get murdered because they won't get married, or they have to be ashamed of themselves for having a baby or something. So I don't sing those anymore. And I'm down to the ones where she just made a decision for herself, and that's just fine. There's no moral to it. So I thought I'd sing one of those for you right now, just to let you in on my backstory. This is actually, I got my version of this song, which is called The Roving Gambler, from Ramblin' Jack Elliott. It's more of a folky version, and there's a bluegrass version, which is so completely different than this, but I do like Ramblin' Jack Elliott's version, but I've been singing it for a long time, so I've made changes, and who knows what I've done to it, so pardon me. But it's called The Roving Gambler. Even this is about a woman. Yeah, let's see how this goes. I'll have to rename it when I record it someday. I am a roving gambler. I gamble down in town. Whenever I meet with a deck of cards, I lay my money down. Oh, I lay my money down. I've gambled down in Washington, and I've gambled up in Maine, and I'm on my way to Georgia to knock down my last game. Boys, to knock down my last game. 'Cause I was not there in Washington for many more weeks than 3, when I fell in love with a pretty little girl. She fell in love with me. Boy, she fell in love with me. She took me to her parlor. She cooled me with her face. She whispered low in her mama's ear, I love that gambling man. I love that gambling man. Oh, daughter, my dear daughter, how can you treat me so? To leave your poor mama and with this gambler go. Oh, and with this gambler go. Well, I never will marry a farmer. He's always in the rain. I'd rather marry a gambling man. Oh, with a big old watch and chain. Ma, with a big old watch and chain. And I never will marry a railroad boy. Oh, the reason I'll tell you why. I never did meet a railroad boy who wouldn't tell his wife a lie. Ma, who wouldn't tell his wife a lie. And I hear that train a-comin', oh, coming around the curve. No, one of my friends who lives here, who was meant to come tonight, but her poor dog Chaco has been ill. She's a great artist and author, and her name's Teresa Jordan, and she lived in Utah for a long time. Oh, by the way, I actually live in Salt Lake City some of the time, and then the rest of the time I live with my mom in West Virginia, helping her keep herself organized enough to stay at home, and that's very much a big challenge, as you can imagine. But so Teresa Jordan is a great author and artist, and she wrote a few books. She's written a few books. One was about her upbringing in Wyoming, and it's called Riding the White Horse Home is the title of the book. And I've written so many songs inspired by books. I have an entire CD of them. So this is one of them. And I pretty much went through the book a couple of times and made a lot of notes. And then she says, I can't believe that you put my whole book in 3 verses. She says, I'm obviously not in the right world. But anyway, I love this song. I just loved so many things in her book, the way she described the landscape and her family experiences. And I put this on my Blooming album, and Tim O'Brien produced my Blooming album, and this was his favorite on the album. So. This story's trying to make me cry, or is this the Chinook wind in my eye? Was it the father's fighting sons, the Iron Mountain mortgage, or the passing on that one? Oh, the people buried there, their silver spurs were always passed down to someone. They fixed the old corral, they saved the orphan calf, they built the hall where we had fun. We knew the land so well, we knew each other well. I dream of riding my white horse while nothing would keep fate from taking the ranch away. Oh, well, the ladies moved away. The local store and the station, they burned down. And my daddy broke another leg. I had my graduation day, yet only the hogback hills will stay here. A drifting soul I did become, until I wrote down the memories of my loved ones. And now my new love, he's sure the one. He knows where I come from, and we ride horses when we're near sun. We knew the land so well, we knew each other well. I dream of riding my white horse while nothing would keep fate from taking the ranch away. And I remember baking with my mom and the little stone under my tongue, how they kept thirst away when I was young. And now I love the life I have, and I had plenty of days to face, but I sure miss the old home place. that song being about the West, because she grew up in Wyoming. I've got another one about the West, but I think everybody all over the country might be able to relate to this because it's apple picking time and in the fall. And this is a song about the apple orchards in the middle of Capitol Reef National Park, which is in the center of Utah. And it's the park where all of us Utahns go to get away from the crowds. So it's not on the main drag. You have to actually drive quite a ways to get in there. And there's an orchard there of thousands of fruit trees that the pioneers planted. There were between 2,000 or 3,000 trees. And all of these trees are now overseen by the national park. And I had an artist in residency there a few years ago. Twice I've done an artist in residency down there and with the Entrada Institute. And I wrote this song after talking to a guy who grew up there, and this is called Pick Apples. And you're welcome to sing along, and don't let that scare you away, but I like singing. So it's a very singable chorus. Along the Fremont River, tucked into a canyon, grow the orchards that I ran through as a kid. They were everything to me when I was simple, wild and free, before I knew the world was so big. And the roads were rough and people really came our way, but when they did, oh, it was pick apples and story time. We knew how to pass the time in the middle of nowhere where we lived. I worked in the sunshine like the people who left behind their baskets and petroglyphs. Fruta was our Eden, where we grew thousands of trees between the river and the cliffs. And then travelers came from everywhere in the big wide world just to see. Oh, it was pick apples and story time. We knew how to pass the time in the middle of nowhere where we lived. And now I am who I am because of my home in that canyon and my kin. Oh, it was pick apples and story time. We knew how to pass the time in the middle of nowhere where we lived. Oh, it was pick apples and story time. We knew how to pass the time in the middle of nowhere where we lived. This is a song that Mollie O'Brien and Laurie Lewis have recorded several times over the years, including a little bluegrass club from Maine, teenagers. time letting it go free. Lark in the morning, another day before me. I know that your love wasn't born on a promise for me. Lark in the morning, let it go free. But my eyes take me back to the scene of love. I grow so weary with no word from a lover. Lark in the morning, another day before me. Your love is gone, most likely to some other. Lark in the morning, let it go free. But my eyes take me back to the scene of love. My eyes take me back. And I see no others, and my nights are no more fun. Lark in the morning, another day before me. I'm making peace with losing a loved one. Lark in the morning, let it go free. But my eyes take me back to the scene of love. My Wow, thanks for that applause. I'm going to get my fiddle up here. I've been playing this since I was a really young little girl, and I begged to play the violin. I don't remember why. I just can't remember why I did. But anyway. Sorry, I have to tune up. It's been sitting over there in the case waiting for me. Ooh. I haven't played solo for a long time. I'm almost always with a band. I have musicians in the West that I play with from my hometown in Utah. And we go anywhere from a trio up to a 6-piece group. And then back at my mom's, I've rounded up a whole quartet of musicians to make trouble with. And we call that group, hold on a second. My rebellious violin here. We call that group Kate MacLeod's Mind the Gap. So if you go on my website, you can find out why we call it that. There are a few reasons, but I'm having fun with them back there. They're excellent musicians. You know, there's a perk to watching over your mom in West Virginia if you're a musician. There's a lot of perks, like all the great fiddle players and all the great folk music going on, and hillbilly music, and whatever you want to call it. So anyway, I do travel all over the place, and I like to write music about things that I experience. So I'm going to play a series of tunes. The first one is titled The Moon and Mount Rainier. And I'm going to be going up there this week. I've got a gig in Seattle, and I've got one on Vashon Island, and then on another island. So I look forward to that. And then the one in Seattle sold out, but if you have friends up there, they want to go over to Vashon Island. And I'll be playing with an old music partner of mine, Kat Eggleston. She's an incredible traditional singer and songwriter, and we used to travel around as a duo. So we're going to be doing that. I'm going to play the Moon and Mount Rainier into a tune called The Train Across the Great Salt Lake, into a tune called The Oregon Trail, which I actually wrote here when I was here one time. And then I'll do a song. We'll see what happens. Yeah, with violin playing, it's always, you'll see what happens. So they didn't call this the devil's instrument for nothing. dove come in. Open the window, let the dove come in. Oh, the little bird brought us the sound of peace. Open the window, let the dove come in. And the little bird brought us a song of peace. Open the window, let the dove come in. Oh, the little bird of peace for all of the people. Open the window, open the window, let the dove come in. Open the window, let the dove come in. Open the window, let the dove come in. I'm going to do one more song, and then we're going to take a break after this song. I'm going to do a song that I love very much. I've lived out west in the deserts for so long, and, you know, people like, well, the non-indigenous people like me were new to the area, and there aren't a lot of, it's not a lot of really old music from our background. There's some cowboy music, things like that, but then there's this. I'll sing this to you, and some of you might know this song. You can sing along if you want to. This is one of my favorite songs about the desert. So here we go. And then we're going to take a break, and I am my own opening act. So I get warmed up in my first half. And then, you know, and I actually have a very special guest in the second half, this Appalachian mountain dulcimer, of which I'll play some things on there. So don't go away, because that's this very special guest that I save for the very end. All right, here we go. On the first part of the journey, I was looking at all the life. There were plants and birds and rocks and things. There was sand and hills and rings. The first thing I met was a fly with a buzz in the sky with no sound. Well, the heat was hot and the ground was dry and the air was full of sound. I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. Good to be out of the rain, 'cause in the desert you can't remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain. La 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 ocean, there's a desert with its life underground, and the perfect disguise above. Under the cities lies a heart made of ground, but the humans would give no love. 'Cause I've been through the desert on a horse this morning. It felt good to be out of the rain. 'Cause in the desert you can remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain. La 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 All right, well, I'll be back in a few minutes. It's the name of the company, Ear Trumpet. And they make these gorgeous microphones, and they have different styles. And you can go into the store and try them out if you're interested. And last time I was here, I went to the company here in Portland and tried out their microphones and picked this one out. You can actually have like a trio up here, and it'll pick up the whole trio. And they're very popular right now. They sound real, you know. And but poor Jason back there on the soundboard, he saw my sound plot, my tech writer, and it said ear trumpet microphone. And I just assumed everybody, all the musicians in Portland knew that these were made here and they would know what that is. And he says, that scared me. I thought you were playing a trumpet or something. Some kind of a trumpet. So anyway, thanks, Jason, for being so kind when I walked in and not saying anything, like, where's this trumpet? Can we try the trumpet first? So anyway, this is one of those moments between the musicians and the sound people. I'll have to fix that on the next one and not say ear trumpet microphone. So anyway, you can buy these here in town. They're beautiful microphones. So I've been playing with musicians back east at around my mom's house, and I actually have turned her basement into a music cave. It's pretty cool. And I'm always doing something down there, and she goes, "What is going on down there?" She can't get down there anymore. Like, I have the place to myself. It's like being 16 years old. I hide stuff in the freezer. I have to call and tell her when I'm going to be home, all that stuff. But I've made really good friends, and I play with the quartet. We call it Kate MacLeod's Mind the Gap. And we released this song in September. I'm going to sing it for you. It's called Never Looked So Good to Me Before. The green grass in the fields, the white bark of the sycamore, the dry leaves from last year that cover the forest floor, these roads that I have driven, the sky that's been there every morning, this world that life has given has never looked so good to me before. There's a smile on my face. It wasn't there before I met you. Now even time has a different pace, and even change so much from being loved by the way that you are, by the kind of love I'd only heard of, these roads that I have driven, the sky that's been there every morning, this world that life has given has never looked so good to me before you. Way back in the 1980s sometime, a man named William Least Heat Moon wrote a book titled Blue Highways, and it was his first big hit. It was a big seller, and it made him quite famous, and it also inspired a lot of people to buy a van and get a divorce and ride around the country. It's called Blue Highways. And the book is called Blue Highways, and I wrote a song inspired by the book Blue Highways. And since we are so in our country right now, just so much stress going on so many levels and so many sides, I've been singing this year. It's a little bit about appreciating the beauty of our country. So William Least Heat Moon is not his actual birth name. He was given that name by some it's an indigenous name by local tribal people, and his name is actually William Trogdon, but he uses the name William Least Heat Moon for his books. He's written a lot of really big, thick books, long books. Prairie Earth was 600 pages, that one county in Kansas, and it just goes on and on and on. Really interesting guy. My name is William Least Heat Moon. I've seen America out on the byroads, roads that you travel when you are lost. I've quenched my thirst and prayed against the worst, searching for 6 calendar cafes out on the blue highways. Some say the old ways are far behind. I'd say they're more living old ways and new ways. It takes the blue highways to show you the signs. I've seen firsthand destruction of the land, 3rd degree, 2nd and worse. Out want to know are how my thoughts in a circle go. East by northwest, west by southeast, signs of life in whoever you meet with miles of highway. There at my feet I've been looking for some common ground. Looking for some common ground. Out on the blue highways. Yeah, I wrote that back in the 80s when that book came out. Like, I wasn't playing out much at all, and someone published that, and then it was published in SingOut magazine. I've been under the radar for a long time. Don't you think it's about time I change that in my life? I mean, when am I going to change that? It's really funny. But anyway, I've got a newer song that I wrote a few years ago when I was artist in resident for the Quakers outside of Philadelphia. I'm a Quaker. I've been that way for so long I can't even remember what happened there. People often mix us up with the Amish. They ask me if I drive. They also think, I don't know, they think I might not drink alcohol. They think all kinds of things about me when they find that out. Anyway, this is called I Will Sing My Heart Out. Because your troubled heart can't hear my words, I will sing them to you. Maybe the melody will ease your mind. Words can be misunderstood like hidden meanings in a poem, but the sound of the longing in my voice I cannot hide. If my words have hurt you and my silence has deserted you, maybe the melody will still your fleeing heart. I'll begin with an empty page and I'll fill it all up with feeling. Oh, can you hear me believing in a new start? I will sing my heart out until you hear my voice calling you. With every whistle, with every tear, with every rhyme, I will gather all of our days and I'll put them in a songbook for you in mind, and with a golden ring so that our days will never part. for you and bind them with the golden rings so that our days will never part. I will gather all of our days and I'll put them in a songbook for you and bind them with a golden ring so that our days will never part. I'm going to do one more from that collection when I was at the retreat outside of Philadelphia. I was housed, well, I stayed there for months, and so I was in two different houses, but one house I was in the top story of a house where there were, the rest of it was filled with 18-year-old kids from Germany. And I would just kind of walk in and out. They wouldn't notice me because I was older, you know. I was just like, they didn't even realize I was there half the time. And I just, you know, go in and out of the kitchen. They'd be talking and yapping, and I heard all kinds of stuff. You know, it was really fun. And it just reminded me when I was 18. And so I took all the things I heard, well, some of them, I was there for months. So I took a bunch of things I heard and put them in a song. And this is called Don't Lose Your Faith. Sometimes people don't love the same way all of their lives. They go through changes. And much like art, we begin with a vision, and sometimes we have to break it. We have to throw out the wine if it sits too long a time there. And though our hearts get burned, we have a morning light is somewhere. So please don't lose your faith. Wherever you go, you will find. On the next channel is a show that'll make you cry, and then one that will make you laugh. And when our feelings run high, afraid to say goodbye, afraid it might be the last. We think that love comes and goes until someone we know shows us differently. Yeah, though we were born to kiss, we have to go through this and question most everything. So please don't lose your faith. Wherever you go, you will find. I dropped my keys in the snow, I never found them. I had to have some new ones made. And there are plenty of people who could help me out if I could learn to ask someday. I used to fight with my skin, but I never win, and so I've walked away from blaming. And just like my best friend who used to beat herself up for not being right for him, get to pick up my very special guest. And I do need to bring this around. Do that right now. So, yes, not the sweater. The sweater's not the special guest, but the sweater helps me play the special guest. So this was made by a guy in Oregon. Do you know G.D. Armstrong? He was a luthier. He had a music store in Newburgh, I think. He made this. He said, "Kate, you need to have one of these." I was afraid to get one because I thought I might never play my violin again if I got one, and it's pretty close to right, but I'm just gonna, I always have to tune these. It's been sitting over there by itself. I wish I had my own that I made with me, but I made one. It's at my mom's house. I didn't tell you that I moved to Utah from the east to study violin making, and I ended up working at this store for a long time there. Okay. So this is a Appalachian mountain dulcimer, sometimes called the lap dulcimer, and was made very popular in the 60s and 70s by Jean Ritchie, who's from one of America's greatest folk musicians. And I've been learning a lot of her music over the years. So I'm going to sing a song that I got out of one of her songbooks. And this is a song that she wrote the lyrics for, but it's an old melody. You might recognize the melody because it shows up in various songs, I think. And as I walked over the early fields, I heard a song a-born. It fell around me like the rain that washes off the morn. Oh, I love the pipes and I love the drum. I love the wild harp ringing, but there's none on earth can e'er match the sound of one clear voice singing. Is that where that's coming from? So far away were dim, and yet I knew their sadness. I knew their peace and I knew their pain. I knew their joy and gladness. So I love the pipes and I love the drum. I love the wild harp ringing, but there's none on earth can e'er match truth is not on earth can e'er match the sound of one clear voice singing. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to sing one of my songs on this. I actually do a whitewater river rafting trip. I can't even say that. I can never say it after a shot or two, but at least every summer there's a company in Utah that has me go on a river trip. They have me as the musician, and I kind of sing songs with people, and I write a song every day on the trip. And so I'm going to sing one that I wrote this past summer. It's called Old Friends Beneath the Night Sky. It's about falling asleep. You know, usually at the beginning of the trip, everybody puts a tent up. Like, really? This is Utah in August? And then after 2 or 3 nights, you see that people stop putting their tents up and they sleep out under the stars. And by the time the trip is done, there are no tents. Everybody's sleeping out under the stars. My friend that I kind of wrote this about, because the campsites are not very big. We're on the side of the river. And you pull off the river, and there's a little, sandy area, and everybody sleeps, not that far from each other. You can hear people snoring. And my friend says, "You didn't put the verse in about the snoring." Old friends beneath the night sky. Old friends beneath the night sky, staying awake to watch the moon rise. We see a meteor fall, no wonder I can't sleep. All's quiet in the campground, the sound of the rivers in the background, the stars twinkle like secrets, no wonder I can't sleep. Still have the taste of good wine, the world fades away at this time, just my friend and I beneath the night sky. Still have the taste of good wine, the world fades away at this time, for my friend and I beneath the night sky. You ask me a question, it takes a while for me to answer. That's how it goes when you are traveling through space. No wonder we can't sleep. Soon you might be in slumber, that spell we all go under. Are we weak or are we dreaming? No wonder we can't sleep. Still have the taste of good wine, the world fades away at this time, for my friend and I beneath the night sky. Still have the taste of good wine, the world fades away at this time, just my friend and I beneath the night sky. So remember in the first set I sang that old folk song about the woman who went off with the gambling man with no apologies, no regrets, no apologies. And I have another one that I love to sing since I've got this out. This is a very old song. There are so many versions of this. It's sometimes called The Hanging of Geordie. Sometimes it's called Geordie, and it's got several names. And it's always named after him, but it's about her. It's about this woman, his woman, who rescues him and saves his life. And so there are a lot of versions. There are versions from England and Scotland, and there are American versions of it, and Joan Baez recorded a version of it, and it's a very popular old folk song. And so I really liked a lot of the words from the Silly Sisters, which is Maddie Pryor and June Tabor, and then, but I liked the melody from the Appalachian American this old folk singer that just sang no instruments, he just sang it in a smoky mountain voice. And I got this melody from him. And, excuse me. So I'm going to sing to you my version of this song. It's based on this woman who rescues her, excuse me, her partner. I guess they're married, I don't know. And because he had been falsely accused of killing someone, they just sort of wanted to do away with him. And so she raced with her horsemen to the castle and talked them into allowing her to buy him back. So, and she did. So here we go. There was a battle in the north, and the nobles, they were many. And they have killed Sir Charlie Hay, and they laid the death on Geordie. Oh, he has written a letter long, and he sent it to his lady. You must come up to Edinburgh town and see what news of Geordie. When she first looked that letter on, she was both red and rosy. She had not read but 2 words when she grew pale as a lily. Go fetch to me my good grey steed, my men shall all go with me, so that we may ride to the king's castle and plead for the life of Geordie. I returned to the Well, I want to thank you all for coming out tonight. I know it's a Sunday night and it's Halloween weekend. Everybody's been partying hard, I'm sure, going to Halloween parties. And Shelley's been so kind to invite me to play here. And the organizer, I don't know if you met her yet, but it's just an amazing room. And of course, I don't get to play these kinds of rooms all the time with my big band and everything that I usually play with. And so I don't get to do a song like that every night. So I really appreciate having a place where I can do an obscure, weird folk song like that. My favorite things in the world. So anyway, I'm just going to close with a happy song. I hope that you can sing along with this. And yeah. I got this from Doc Watson and Jean Ritchie used to do this song together. And so this is my version of it. Things like that. I do have a website, katemacleod.com, and there's a lot of information on there about my recordings. I have recordings for sale, and I do have other things. Back there in the hallway, I've got CDs and shirts and bandanas and things like that. And I do have a Patreon page, and that has been a lifesaver, especially since the pandemic. This is actually the first normal season of playing I've had since before the pandemic. It's just been a very slow, we've all, I was just talking to Shelley about that earlier, how it took a while to get back to normal. And so now it's normal. Wow, if this is normal, woo, what are we in for next? Whew. Anyway, so I do have a Patreon crowdfunding site, and so does the Artichoke, by the way, has a crowdfunding site, so don't be stingy. This is called Jubilee. It's all out on the old railroad, and it's all out on the sea. All out on the old railroad as far as I can see. Swing and turn, Jubilee, live and learn. Jubilee, swing and turn, Jubilee, live and learn. If I had a needle and a thread as fine as I could sew, I'd sew my sweetheart to my side, and down that creek we go. And learn, Jubilee, swing and turn, Jubilee, live and learn. Looking for my darling. Swing and turn, Jubilee, live and learn, Jubilee, swing and turn, Jubilee, live and learn. And some folks come on a Saturday night, and some folks come on a Sunday, and if you give them half the chance, they'll come back on Monday. Swing and turn, Jubilee, live and learn. All out on the old railroad, and it's all out on the sea. like for a small audience, you're so exuberant. Exuberance, not lacking in exuberance. I can tell. All right, well, I'll do one more, and then I get to have a glass of wine. I always wait till after work. Because I've had friends that don't do that, and I know what that's like. In this business, well, man, seen it all. So, this is on my Blooming recording that Tim O'Brien produced. It's one of my favorite productions I've ever created, and all the musicians on there, like Daryl Scott and Byron House and all those. After we were done with my recording, they all went off to play with Robert Plant in the Band of Joy, and I just joked that he stole my backup band. So there you go. So here we go out with a song called Road to Heaven. Page, I see the sunrise every morning through the glass. Some days are easy, some days they take all that I have. Am I ready? Love is shaking like a leaf. I'm going somewhere, I'll go anywhere, this road will lead me. I've learned a few things, I've learned to let go of the time. Letting go is faith like snow that falls forever from the sky. Going uphill may be hard, but the view is worth the climb. And the more that I can give away, the lighter is this load of mine. Am I ready? Love is shaking like a leaf. I'm going somewhere, I'll go anywhere, this road will lead me. I've got to mend my coat and make it ready for the day. Day of ice, made of fire, made of hope, and made of clay. And any minute I could be taken away. I hope to see you, my friends, before the closing of the day. Am I ready? Love is shaking like a leaf. I'm going somewhere, I'll go anywhere, this road will lead me. Thank you so much. Thank you.